Freaking Movie Men podcast.
We are here today to review Toy Story 5.
My name is Brady.
I am Peter.
And yeah, I have to tell you something.
Sure.
It occurred to me driving to the movie theater that going in to see this movie, and this is in no way hyperbole, the emotion I was feeling was akin to if someone were to hand you an envelope and say, in this envelope is a piece of paper that will reveal whether or not your 5-year-old will someday become a meth addict. It was that level of like,
That's insane.
Please be good.
Yes.
Please.
So much is riding on this.
I need you to be good.
My mental health depends on this.
Yes. We're going to talk about Toy Story 5. We're going to get into some spoilers. So if you have not seen Toy Story 5 and you want to because it's super important to you, click that watch later button.
Click watch later and then click subscribe while you're doing it as well.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Let's preface real quick our backgrounds with Toy Story so that we both know where we stand.
Yeah.
I come from a house with VHSs of Toy Story 1 and 2 that were as worn out could be.
We were of the generation that it was released, we watched it, we grew with it. It was pretty relevant to us.
Toy Story 3 came out when I was 17 or 18, and admittedly, I was one of those people in the theaters that was looking around, watching children come in with their parents, and I thought to myself, this isn't for you.
Get out.
Why are you here?
Did you yell at them?
Go home.
Did you yell?
Go watch Teletubbies. What, like... This isn't for you. And actually, Toy Story 3 wasn't for them. But...
they can still enjoy it like everyone else.
And then I came out of Toy Story 4...
we all...
feeling a little gut punched, however, upon...
a little gut punched?
However, upon a recently rewatch...
a lot gut punched.
Upon a recent rewatch, I've warmed up to it considerably. I still think the perfect ending was 3. However, in our Toy Story 3 review, if you have not watched that, go check it out. We rewrote the ending to Toy Story 3 in a way that would make everything so much better. And yeah, so that's how heavily invested I am in Toy Story as a franchise. Where do you come from?
I outquit completely. Grew up with this. I remember seeing number 2 in theaters. Grew up with toys. I would echo everything you said. This was from our generation. I enjoyed it completely. And I had a lot riding on number 5.
Yeah, I don't think I saw 2 in theaters. My parents didn't love me. And so I don't have a lot of memories of the theaters. I never
wanted to ditch my toys. Like, I never wanted to give them away or throw them away as a result of the Toy Story franchise. Like, I felt bad for the Woodies in my toy box. I'm like, oh, I should play with you because you're probably sitting in there having an existential crisis because I'm discarding you.
Okay. So, initial impressions?
Do it up.
It should be noted, neither Pete nor I have discussed... I don't know what he thinks of this film. He has no idea what I think of this film.
Sure.
You're about to find out just as we are. This movie is good.
Yep.
It's not... It came close several times to being great, but then missed. This movie could be much worse. It could be so much worse.
Could be.
It could be a lot better. And I'm going to leave it at that.
I would maybe echo. I would say it was watchable, but it was slop. It was watchable slop. I felt the plot was a little all over the place. And I'm sad to say I found myself bored. At different points in this movie. I missed having Do You Have a Friend in Me? That was missing for me.
Right. We do have some Randy Newman stuff.
We do.
And the return of Sarah McLachlan, even though she doesn't sing, we have
you get the melody. So yeah, the question I walked into the theater wanting to know and will maybe answer today is, did we need this?
Right. Well, no.
Well, I mean, of course, the answer is no.
Will I go watch Toy Story 6? Yes.
Of course. And ultimately, it was far superior to number 4. I'm still a little I have a grievance against number 4 still. I have not warmed up to it. So it was definitely better than number 4.
When's the last time you watched 4?
Probably 2019.
Okay, rewatch it.
Yeah, I've tried. I can't. It's not great.
I do think this is better than 4.
Sure.
There are some aspects of this. There are some huge grievances that I want to talk about.
Sure.
There are some things that I went into this film worried about, and it far exceeded my expectations in those areas. So, okay, we went into this film sort of knowing, I think for the most part, that this was Jesse's story. That had become pretty widespread knowledge.
And that's interesting to me.
And I was 100% down for that.
Sure.
I had a fear, though. I would consider myself, when it comes to men and women, I consider myself an equal rights activist.
Sure.
However, I also don't want my Toy Story movie to become, and I hate the word woke, but it is technically, I guess, the word nowadays that best describes what it is I'm trying to communicate. I was worried I was going to go into a super woke, a Toy Story with a political agenda. Right. Toy Story's always had something to say.
Did you find that it did?
Not at all.
Completely agree.
And I am so appreciative of that.
Actually, okay, let me...
It is 100% Jesse's story, and that's great, but it's just a story that happens to be about Jesse instead of being a political agendaed film.
It's not a political agendaed film, but it's definitely a social commentary film.
It is, but all the Toy Stories have been.
Yes and no. Yes and no. If you go item by item, there's a dilemma or a crisis that the toys are working through.
Right.
That echoes the humanity of, getting forgotten, getting left behind. I wrote it down just so I wouldn't forget, like, do I choose immortality? Do I choose Andy?
Right.
Do I choose accepting being thrown away? Do I accept hope? All these kind of different things that relate to toys, but we can relate to use humans. This one was truly just toys and electronics arguing about childhood development techniques.
Yeah.
And I found that a difference. So not a social, you're right. Like, it wasn't a social agenda, but definitely a social commentary. And I was not really there for it.
I think this film on paper has a great message.
Of course. I would agree.
I think the execution of it falls short.
Sure.
So Toy Story 1 is about, it is the message to kids is sometimes the dynamic of friendships will change.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Right.
Right. That your friends will make other friends and the dynamic of your friendship with them will, at least for a time, maybe change a little.
Could. And that's okay.
And it's okay.
Yep.
Toy Story 2 is about why those friendships existed in the first place, right? Is about making those hard choices and sticking by your friends even when it doesn't feel like your friends are necessarily there for you, right? Woody feels dejected by Andy because of his broken arm, ripped sleeve.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, he doesn't give up on Andy.
And to me, I would take it further. For me, it was also just choosing, you know what, you can look past that and make it work. And do you choose accepting that, but only for a limited period of time because Andy's not going to stay forever? Or do you choose immortality and the consequences that come with each?
Toy Story 3 is the message that it's sending to kids is that some friendships aren't forever. And that's okay, because ultimately what matters is that you have those memories and that you were there with that person and that person was there with you in that season
of life.
Yeah. Great message.
Sure.
Even Toy Story 4. Toy Story 4 sends the message that life itself, not just friendships, but life itself has seasons. And what you thought your purpose was may not always be your purpose.
And I would take it a step further. It's also balancing that purpose or those relationships and personal happiness too. And having a reality sense base of like, you know what, it's changed at this point. I also need to consider what's best for me.
And all 4 movies execute those premises well.
To varying degrees of wellness, but I will agree.
Toy Story 4, the message they are sending, or 5. It's weird. It's weird to go that's a thing.
Yeah.
Toy Story 5, the message that's being sent is that tech has taken over in a way that is unhealthy, and that toys will always be, that kids need toys, they don't need tech.
Right.
Except at the end of the day, Lily is still responsible for, like, Lily is the reason why Bonnie makes a friend in Blaze in a way that she otherwise never would have.
Never would have. So,
and there are some great implementations of that message in this. I love maybe my second favorite line in the entire movie is Jesse seeing Blaze's bedroom and being like, your kid's 9.5.
Yeah.
This looks like a teenager's bedroom.
Right.
And it got me thinking. And I instantly thought of you. And
that's an interesting point.
I thought of our friends, Aaron and Emily. And I was like,
oh, yeah.
Yeah, their kids have some toys. They have things they play with.
Right.
But like, for instance, does your son have a set of action figure? Like, is your son ever in his room playing make-believe?
Yes.
Is he?
But I think he's maybe an outlier.
No, but excellent.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Great.
No, I understand your point.
Because I think most kids aren't. And it actually sparked a conversation on parenting on the drive home. And I think that's great because I think that's what it's meant to do.
And that's the point. Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say, kind of related to the whole what this movie is trying to say and how it's trying to say it. Piggybacking on your point from Toy Story 3, and I'm just going to nuts and bolts it here in the Cole's notes, I would have preferred this movie and 4 if we had continued the Andy lineage.
Well, yeah, we talked about that in Toy Story 3.
But I think I fundamentally come to the conclusion, I just don't really appreciate the Bonnie storyline. It just doesn't do it for me. So that was a problem for me in number 5, that you had planted that seed and I would have gone, they're always Andy's toys. Let's continue that. So that was issue 1. But related to that, I didn't like how the message of this movie was essentially the main pinnacle, the main problem was Bonnie's social life. When it's Toy Story, it's supposed to be about the toys. And yes, there was implications to that. Right. And it just seemed that I didn't
feel like it was about it. It felt like it was Bonnie's story just as much as it was Jesse's.
Very Bonnie centric, almost too Bonnie centric. Where in the past, if you like had a graph and compared it to them,
people in this.
If you had a graph and compared it to like how much of Andy's existential life had to actually pivotal, like really minimal in 1 and 2 compared to Bonnie's centricness to this story. It just seemed very contrasting and I didn't like it. Aside from not liking Bonnie. Aside from not liking Bonnie.
I liked Bonnie more in this film than I did in the previous 2 that she was in, but you raise a really great point. A really great point. As far as I'm concerned, there are 2 massive things that I just felt sucked.
Lay it on me.
Number 1. I don't know which is a bigger grievance. Anyways, number 1, there was a character in this film that felt so I don't even fully understand why you're here, and you just kind of feel shoehorned in. And you're not really offering anything whatsoever.
That's a hot take considering that's, for me, Forky in number 4. Like, his existence is bullshit.
Oh, the hot take gets hotter. Okay. Are you ready?
I am.
And the character is Woody.
Oh.
And
Yeah.
Woody did not feel like Woody.
It did
and I'm
feel
not saying like this. I'm not saying this film shouldn't have had Woody.
No, it
I'm
should
saying
have.
Woody got done.
Dirty.
Woody got the Toy Story 4 Buzz Lightyear treatment. Like it didn't feel like Woody.
Yeah.
And he is just very shoehorned in. Like, I'm going to pop through the window. And then when the movie's done, I'm going to pop out the window again. I'm just here for the sake of being like, it literally felt, I can picture in my head, Pixar phoning Tom Hanks and saying, hey, do you have a day and a half to come record Toy Story 5?
And he's like, no, I actually just have one afternoon. And they're like, great. That's fine.
Yeah.
We'll cut it down.
We'll just use some of your previous grunts. But then they didn't even like, Woody doesn't feel clenched in this. He doesn't have the like, yeah, come on, guys.
No.
Like, kind of, it just didn't feel like Woody. And look, I understand this is Jesse's movie. And that's fine.
But they still could have
bench Woody.
Yeah. He didn't need more screen time, but he needed more oomph in those moments.
He needed a purpose to be there. And he needed
don't like how
some woodiness.
I don't like how much I'm agreeing with your hot take.
Like he just he felt like a stranger in what is, I'm sorry, you don't have to agree with me, but what is Woody and Buzz's franchise?
Correct.
This may be Jesse's story, but it is Jesse's story within Woody and Buzz's franchise. And Woody feels like an outlier in this film.
Yeah, I also finished the movie and upon thinking about it, thought what a minimal impact he had on the story.
No purpose
minimal moments of laugh out loud or heartwarming, or literally he had a couple kind of gag jokes.
I felt my heart warm and I felt joy emanating throughout me when we first see him on screen.
And that was it.
And then he never made me feel that again.
No.
And it sucks.
Yeah.
Number 2.
Yep.
Pixar has become I fucking gutless. Like I don't. Where is the Pixar that put all the toys in the trash incinerator? Where is the Pixar that is responsible for Operation Playtime at the beginning of Toy Story 3? Where is that Pixar? Because it seems like there was one moment. There was one moment in this film that made me well up a little bit. And then it was like they became afraid of their own plot point.
Yep.
And quickly retreated and changed the topic. Obviously, this moment is Jessie discovering that Emily named her daughter Jessie. And I was like, oh God, here we go. Like, this is here we are. And then 10 seconds later, the rest of the gang shows up and we're back to just whatever. It's just over.
Yeah, I think in summary, because I completely agree, it had moments, handful of moments, maybe less than a handful, but moments that were impactful, that were heart-welling, tear-jerking, but very limited and not from beginning to end as a film, not with any sequence or connectivity. It was, like I said in my opening, it was watchable, but overall slop. And it had sprinkling starlight moments of here are good, but nothing connective.
Instant fix. There's an instant fix.
What is it?
And I don't know if this is Pixar thinking, well, no one's going to believe that. It's a fucking animated, like, we're here believing toys are coming to life when you leave the room. So we've suspended our disbelief.
Right.
Where does this all take place? Where's the majority of the film take place?
Andy's room, or like a kid's room?
No, at the farm.
Yes.
Right at Blaze's place.
Yep.
Whose place did Blaze used to be? Emily's.
Yeah.
It is not uncommon, especially when it's a farm, when it's acres on acres on acres.
Yes.
That the farm stays in the family.
Yeah.
So instead of Jessie finding some buried lunchbox that was recently put there. And I don't know if that's just to explain why they were still able to see the scratching in the tree.
Yeah.
A lunchbox that apparently was recently buried when Emily and her daughter trespassed on this property to go bury it. Like, I don't know what that is.
Right.
Why was the farm not inhabited by Emily and her daughter? Why is Emily not still living there? And you still have Jesse not just having to confront the room, but having to confront that's Emily. And Emily's all grown up and she doesn't play with toys anymore. And she certainly doesn't play with me and yada, yada. And then you have this whole scene unfold out at the tree, same place, same everything. And Jesse's hiding behind the tree or hiding behind a blade of grass or whatever it is. And we hear Emily call, like Jesse's doing whatever. She's like looking over here and you hear adult Emily's voice go, Jesse. And Jesse goes,
hey,
has this like,
right.
And turns around and then realizes that Emily is addressing her daughter who she named Jessie. And we're all a wreck in the theater sobbing. What is your issue, Pixar?
Let me take that a step further because that ties into something that I did not care for the third act redemption arc of Lilypad. I just didn't need it. It's okay for a villain. Stinky Pete's a villain. He stays a villain. Lonzo Bear is a villain, stays a villain. Like it can happen in movies. I'm fine with it, but I did not need that redemption arc in a movie that had too many characters and too much lack of direction.
Yeah.
Was a problem for me. What would have instead been an amazing third act looping would have made the whole Jesse storyline stronger. Remove the Lilypad story arc redemption. Put in what you're saying.
Yeah.
Have a third act reveal of Jesse or of Emily. Sorry.
And then Bonnie becomes friends
with Emily's daughter.
1000%. It just feels like Pixar is pulling its punches, and I don't understand why. The only thing I can think of is that Pixar is going, it feels like a stretch that Emily's still. Who fucking cares?
Yeah.
Just do it.
Swap me out the Lilypad redemption for an Emily reveal, and this movie would have landed.
Yeah, 100%.
And everything we had seen up to that would have landed far 100%.
More. I don't mind the Lilypad redemption because I think it's an interesting dynamic. Like walking out of the theater, I was like, there isn't really, like, if anything, the villain of this film is kind of Bonnie, because Bonnie's the one that's like,
I'd say it's the three girls who are
right, sure, or the three girls, right? But yeah. That I was taken aback when the second Lilypad caused harm to Bonnie. It wasn't even like a buildup of things.
Yep.
It was caused harm to Bonnie.
Yep.
I am removing myself from, because then you go, okay, really, at the end of the day,
yep.
Everyone was just looking out for Bonnie.
Right.
Thought they were doing what was best for Bonnie, and we just had differing opinions.
Which is noble and interesting to a degree. I just viewed it as a bunch of people having a debate.
You wanted a traditional villain that gets foiled. And that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I say?
Yep.
That I had hopes of the opening sequence and I thought it was neat, but for the lack of how it really didn't have an oomph to it.
Yeah.
I'd say it's the weakest opening of the 5 films.
It is the weakest opening.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
And I also feel like they missed a fun opportunity. Pixar missed a fun self-awareness opportunity with the okay. So
how so?
We were doing the math on the drive home last night, and I'm figuring that this film in universe probably takes place about 10 years after the first Toy Story.
Sure. Right? Hard to know, but yeah.
Because Andy's probably 10 in the first one.
Yeah.
Maybe a little younger.
Mm-hmm.
Then we see him go off to college, and then basing how much, like Bonnie's maybe 2 years older, but she's not much older than when, right?
Yeah.
So like, yeah. So in order for them to be making new and improved Buzz Lightyears,
right,
the only way that would happen is if within the universe there has been sequels to that canonical Lightyear film.
Right.
Right? Otherwise, 12 years later, you're not still making the toys.
Right.
And you're certainly not innovating on them.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
I think it would have been really great if the Buzz Lightyears, because as time moves on, too, we get better at making toys, right? Toys become more
complex,
capable, and more. Yeah. They look more like who they're meant to.
Yeah.
So I think it'd be really funny if the new and improved high-tech Buzzes looked a lot more like Chris Evans' Lightyear Buzz, because you could have a great moment where Buzz Lightyear, our Buzz, says what the audience was thinking in terms of the Lightyear movie, when Buzz could go, what the, you guys don't even look like me, right? Like, it's, what the hell are you guys, right? So anyways, I thought that'd be a fun, because, and also kind of makes sense, because why are you still 12 years later making Buzz Lightyears, and making Buzz Lightyears that are kind of a swing and a miss if you're going for accuracy based on your now inverse canonical Lightyear film.
Yeah.
So I thought, it's neither here nor there, but that was my...
this is an in-the-weeds question.
Yeah.
But it's related to just the lineage of Woody and just what makes sense in the universe. You got me thinking about the universe and Buzz Lightyear and all that kind of stuff. What are we to believe happened with Woody between when he was a new toy in the 50s to when he was Andy's toy? Because he never makes mention.
Assuming Andy's is first.
Well, we are, because he's Andy's toy, but however, the mother refers to him as an old family toy. So I'm just curious what happened to him for those 30 years, and why doesn't he have any memory of like another owner?
Right.
Because the going from Andy to Bonnie is a big deal for him. He's not like, hey, it's time for me to move on. I moved on and moved to Andy at some point. Like he was always Andy,
and he always refers to mom as mom, never as.
Right.
Jen or whatever her
little
name
Jen
is.
or whatever. Yeah.
So it wasn't Andy's mom's toy.
No, I don't think so.
The best thing I can reckon, because let's all just assume, I'm assuming Andy's dad is dead.
Yeah. And I think that's one theory is so he was Andy's dad's toy, and maybe he's like PTSD'd and forgotten about
not
Andy's
even that.
Dad.
There's just never mention of Andy's dad.
Right? No.
And so now he's Andy's
Woody
toy.
never. Maybe he's psychologically blocked it because he was always his dad's toy, and it was traumatic.
I don't even know if there's that much. But who knows? Maybe Andy's dad. Maybe Andy's technically Andrew the Second or something, right? Like Andy's dad could have been Andy as well. So I don't know. It's but
it's
I
think
that's
thing.
A great headcanon thing.
Yeah,
it's
an
probably Andy's
thing.
dad's toy.
Probably. Yeah.
There are two things I really like.
Yeah.
I do like that Buzz and Jessie get married. Just because I'm we've been towing that line since the end of Toy Story 2. So
and it made me think, has this not happened yet? Just because, it's literally been Toy Story 2 since he's been enamored with her, and I guess he's just been.
And they did good by Buzz in this film. Yeah. Buzz feels more like Buzz.
He does feel more like Buzz. I thought it did seem a bit weird, and I think it maybe relates more to Woody's done dirty in this film, but they have some, not animosity, but they butt heads a little bit at different points in this.
Yep.
And it just really didn't have any fruition or reason for payoff. And it just seemed like Woody was shoehorned in. Their friction was kind of just
forced.
Yeah. And I think that's more a reflection on your earlier point than the Buzz aspect. But
sure.
Buzz was good.
Sure.
Buzz was good.
The best line in this film belongs to a character I would not have expected.
Okay.
The best line in this film belongs to Forky.
Oh my friggin' gosh.
I laughed out loud in the theater.
Which line?
When they're in the garage, in the box, and someone's like, "Are we getting donated?" And Forky's fiance or wife is like, "Donuts," and he goes, "No, donated." And then he looks at everyone else and he's like, "I love her, but this is going to be difficult." Oh my God, that was so funny. So funny.
It's a funny line. I still hate Forky so much.
I like Forky.
Compared to the days when we were introducing Mrs. Potato Head and Wheezy and all these rich characters, Forky is just lowbrow.
Mrs. Potato Head, obviously, it's no speaking lines in this.
Zero.
The actress that played her has passed.
Yep.
Don Rickles has passed, but we still get a couple lines from Potato Head.
Yeah.
Someone doing their best impression.
Yeah.
And it's fine. Yep. I was never like, ooh, that's rough. Yeah. I did think Blake Clark was sounding less like Jim Varney as Slinky in this.
Yeah.
But just like, I don't think, does Ham have a line? I don't think Ham has a line.
I don't remember.
And so, like, just as a whole, like, even I was walking out of the theater thinking to myself, same, like, to a further extent than what they did with Tom Hanks. I'm like, can you imagine calling Wallace Swan and being like, "Hey, can you come record 2 lines for Rex?"
Right.
Like, do you have 5 minutes? Like, it just felt...
Yeah.
Like, the DNA of
5 minutes.
The DNA of Toy Story was lacking.
Yeah. Yeah, it really was. Yeah.
But I think that's all I've got.
I think I'm ready to score this puppy.
Sir, on a scale of 0 to 10, how would you rank Toy Story 5?
I think I give it a 6 out of 10.
Okay.
It's not bad.
Okay.
It's not good. And I think, just like you said, missing its DNA, unlike basically the entire franchise of it asking us the question of what if toys were real, instead of just asking us what do we think about childhood development.
Yeah.
That was a problem for me. So a 6 out of 10, slop, but watchable slop.
Okay.
What did you give this out of 10?
I give it a 6.5.
Okay. That checks out.
I had fun. I was never bored.
Sure.
But I think that was it's just Toy Story.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I mean, what's going to happen next? But, and although I only really mentioned a couple of grievances, they're big. Those are really problematic grievances.
Yeah.
Right? That, like, feels like Pixar is pulling its punches, and I didn't have those, like, gut punch moments.
An Emily third act reveal is hitting it on the head for me.
So good.
Remove the lily
Pixar,
pad.
I'm available.
Remove the lily pad redemption. Put in the Emily reveal. We'd be having a very different conversation.
Wrap it up, sir.
Well, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe below. It's free to do, and it helps us so much. We really appreciate it if you do it. Comment below. Let us know what you think. Could you have done with Emily reveal, or did you like Lilypad being revealed? Let us know. Check out our socials below. Check out our Patreon page, our merchandise page, ways for you to support the show, and ways for us to give you perks back. And until next time, thank you for listening.
You've got a friend in us.
Yes.